This is very unnecessarily epic. Hello, everybody. It is your boy Deebs. Let me just adjust my audio because I streamed for, I want to say, over 6 hours last time I streamed. And nobody told me that the audio was balls when I went to listen back to it, to the point that you actually couldn't hear me speaking over the game volume. So can you guys let me know if the audio is good? Do I sound good? Is the music a good level? Is it too loud? Is it too quiet? Am I too... Well, I'm a consistent volume. I don't change. The music changes. We all know how this works. Hello, Blighty. Hello, Taz. Hello, Matthew Mangrum. Hello, Welch. Hello, Slappy. Hello, Chillbill. Hello, Brett. Hello, Forest VA. Hello, Lime. Hello... Got you all. Epic, epic, epic. All good. Zippity doodah. Hello, Priscellian. Local man draws goobers. Yes, I do. Probably the most insane undertaking of my life, but so there's, I think a big question people might have is, why would you do a Fakemon a day? One, because it's a fun challenge. So okay, let's do some let's do some catch up here. So, and let's turn off smoothing, bane of my existence. So the idea was, one, or instead of me writing it out, let's just say new. Nobody has done this before, as far as I know. I think some people might have been like, oh, I'm going to do a Fakemon every day for a month, or I'm going to start doing a Fakemon every day, starting like May 5th, when they just thought about it. Also, I realized that I haven't taken my vitamin C, so I'm going to do that in a hot second. But it was simply just a thing that nobody that I've never seen it done before. So I was like, there's an opportunity there. Two, I'm known for two things. And that is Fakemon and shorts. So, Fakemon shorts. It seemed pretty obvious. And then it's the whole thing where it's like, even if you don't watch shorts, at the end of each month, I'll be doing like I designed 31 Fakemon for January, or I designed 29 Fakemon for February, or some other kind of title like that. Where it's kind of getting the point across that yes, I am doing daily Fakemon. Here's the thing, I'm not the ideal plan. I was going through it last night. I have fallen a bit behind with planning this because I got the idea in October. I'm going to take my vitamin C now because I'm just holding on to it. So you're going to have to deal with fucking 5 seconds of silence. Keeps renting scurvy. Not if I forget about it. Should make a Fakemon that is or wears a pair of shorts. I should. The only thing I'm thinking of right now is that one Snake from Yooka-Laylee. Who wears a... I think that's a really fun character design. Anyway. What else? There's a few things. My brain is just off because I actually woke up at a reasonable time of day today. So it's like a cool reset. Very much shorts. If we were ever going to do a every day of the year challenge, 2024 is a leap year. So let's say I did it last year or I did it next year. Then people would be like, no, you missed February 29th. You know? So kind of I was like, well, if I'm... And I definitely didn't want to wait until 2028 to do it because then I'm like, that's like 4 years away. Who knows where I'll be in that time? Like I might be completely burnt out on making like Pokemon stuff, but I was like, I'm feeling so inspired to do this. Oh yeah, that's the thing. So I was meant to address this or announce it or whatever in a Q&A, which I didn't do because I recorded the Q&A and I was just like, this is so fucking boring. So I did like a 6-hour live stream the other day, going to questions while shiny hunting. It wasn't completely optimized, and also the volume on it is really fucking shitty. So if anybody does have questions, just feel free to ask me, and I'll just answer them as best I can. Hello, how the heck are you going to do this? With pure goddarn luck. If I even make 2 Fakemon a day, ideally I want to do 3. So the plan is to get like 2 weeks ahead. But first we're gonna start to get 1 week ahead. Currently I have 4 days done. And it's only 2 days, so we're double the date, if that makes sense. And I have ideas for 5, 6, and 7. What about in the Possesses game? So here's the thing, we're not going to be suggesting stuff out of random. We are going to be using the prompts for each day, which I will be showing. And I'll give you guys a little bit of a background check here. So here's Globlob, today's Pokemon. That's the shiny. If you're British, you should understand the second meaning of the shiny. But the 2nd of January is National Cream Puff Day, National Buffet Day, National Personal Trainer Day, and National Science Fiction Day. So there were a few things here where it was like, oh, it's a Mr. Blob. Yeah, it's Mr. Blobby. Flying Purple People Later. So, like, there's part of this where, like, kind of the inspiration was like, oh, do I do, like, a personal trainer alien, or, like, maybe it has 3 arms or something, and then it kind of turned into, like, a slime that eats, and then we kind of ended up with the Globble, or Globlob. So, like, there's a few prompts that will be available for each day. We don't have to use all of them, and sometimes there's the shiny for Reunion, by the way, which is on Instagram, because I forgot to put it in the video. Reunion is just like the New Year's Pokemon, because the national days of January 1st are like, obviously New Year's, but also like National Bloody Mary Day and National Hangover Day, and I was like, that doesn't quite fit. So for some days, it's just going to be, this is what the day is known for, as opposed to being like a national day. So like St. Patrick's Day, or Valentine's Day, and all that stuff. Anyway. The other thing then is, what influenced me to do this? If anybody's familiar with the... What's happening here? My pen malfunctioned for a second. Teleperte did, I think it was 2020 or 2021. He did like a short animation every single day. And I was like following that as he was doing it, and I was like, this is super fucking cool, and I definitely want to like try and do something like that. So yeah, I'm trying to think, is there any other reasoning behind this, or things I haven't said? The dangerously close to, yeah. That guy. A lot of his stuff then is also super wholesome as well, which is fun. Let me see. Oh, okay, so 1 Fakemon a day with an associated short. Every day of the year is themes associated with it. January 1st is New Year, February 14th is Valentine's Day, March 2nd is National Old Stuff Day, etc, etc, etc. 2084 is also a leap year, so if I'm doing this, I have to do it now. Otherwise, February 29th will be floating off in the void somewhere. Influenced by Teleperte, who did an animation every day in 2020. Okay, so I have this all written down. I'm not just doing this off my memory. I just got Mr. Blobby. Yeah, Mr. Blobby is a hell spawn demon. So here's how it will work ideally. Sometimes these Fakemon will be rendered with fully rendered with the time lapse. That's not the case. I'm not doing time lapses for this. It's just way too much. If I have to do a time lapse every day, it's just not going to work. And I think the format now is like better, where it's like, oh, I reveal all the concepts, and it's like, here's the date, here's the Pokemon, and you just get the Pokemon. There's no like tease. There's a caveat here where it's like sometimes they might just be a sketch or a crayon drawing, maybe even unfinished. That I will try not to do, but if it is a case that like sometimes I'm just not fucking feeling like it, you might just get like a traditional drawing instead. Also, while a Fakemon a day is technically true, I won't be creating a Fakemon every day. I have a life that needs living. I'll be creating things days, weeks, if not months in advance. That is the plan that we're going to get up to. The plan is to get to a week ahead initially, and then if I can kind of maintain 2 weeks in advance, I think that'll be a good thing. Let's see. I'm just one guy. It's going to be my tagline of 2024. I'm just one guy. So sometimes, if an older design works for this project, I might just redesign it. I can't think of any like parallels right now to different days, but like there are 366 Fakemon, so a few of them might line up with like concepts I've already used, and I don't mean like stuff from the Pukedex or the Airnadex. Like I don't mean stuff that I actually intend to use. I mean like the kind of weird in between stuff I've done, like the Inktober guys, or maybe some of the Smogists, or stuff like that. And then I say it's got to be justifiable. I can't just throw any Fakemon at the wall. It's got to match the prompts. Ideally, they will all be new Fakemon, but I'm not going to be too kind of anal about that, because again, there's over 350 of them. It'll be okay. And I do have a caveat that regional variants, convergence, paradoxes, new evolutions, any variant of forms are allowed. So basically, like, if it could be called a Fakemon, it's allowed. So I could be like, oh, this is like another Blood Moon form, or something like that, or whatever. Ideally, they'll all try to be good. Will any of them evolve? Yes. Okay. What's solo Voiden? I don't know if I said hello. Everybody's coming in. We're just getting things. And then the last one is if I am struggling for influence. I'm just going to turn the music down a slight bit more. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's perfect for me now. I think I can turn it up a little bit for you guys. Okay. The other caveat I can fall back on is monthly art challenges. So let's say I'm in November and I don't know what to do for a specific day. It's like, oh, I can decide that the animal is going to be some sort of reptile. Because it's November, you know, or if it's May, I could have them be stuff that like dwells in and around the ocean. Now that's not set in stone. It's not going to be like, oh, it's May, you have to make everything ocean themed. But it's like, today, you know, I couldn't really think of anything, so here's a mermaid, you know, that kind of thing. Now that doesn't apply to every month, because some of the fucking monthly drawing challenges are a bit ass. Conceptually. So let me this fucking audio is again, it is orchestra music, so can't really be too good. I feel like I just blacked out there. No idea what I even said. Okay. So and I'm working off of a website called National Day Calendar. It's kind of the quickest thing I found to just grab resource and whatever. So day 5 I will need help with, but 6 and 7, 6 I think is pretty solid. I won't show you guys 6 because I think it'll be a pretty fun one. So look, we'll start with 5. So the 4 like national days of January 5th are keto, which is funny because I'm going to be doing keto. It was one of my resolutions, but it was just a case that like I have so many leftovers and things that you can't have on keto that I'm like just eating all of that first. So by the time I start doing it, it might also be January 5th, which is funny. Screenwriters, whipped cream, and bird. Doing keto is a diet. You might have heard of it. I can't explain every single thing people don't know in chat. But it is important for the day that it is. The keto is a high-fat, low-carb diet that switches your energy source to fat instead of carbs. So you lose weight like an absolute maniac. And also, in my experience, you feel way better. So what I'm thinking for this is we definitely want to do bird because it's an animal. And then I'm also thinking keto because you can take the like focus aspect from it. Because something about keto is like you don't feel hungry during it. You don't really have like cravings for snacks or anything. You're just like, I eat when my body is like, hey, you should eat something because you need energy. And then you eat and you're like, oh, I have energy now for like hours. It's pretty good. So I'm thinking some sort of like highly focused bird. Be that like a monk. Oh, what did I do yesterday? Hang on. I think I was drawing stuff on my sketch pad when I went to bed. Let me grab that. This is for day 5? Yes. Three and 4 were finished yesterday. I just need to make the shorts for both of those today. Which shouldn't take too long, but let me see. Oh, that's the one. That's the one. I'm gonna write something out of context here. Don't worry about it. We'll get back to it. Okay. Sniper bird? What are you talking about? Where did keto originate? Is what I wanted to look up. First ketogenic diet to treat epilepsy in 1921. Introduce modern fasting on the diet to treat epilepsy since BC. Okay. Okay. Because part of me was like, can I make it almost a... Could I make it like a bird made out of like stone or something? To be like kind of like a caveman. thing, but the caveman, there is like a caveman diet, which is paleo, I think. And I think that's the one where like you're fucking eating raw meat and all this shit, and it's really weird. Yeah, bird screenwriter is constantly hungry for it. Ooh. Pellets owl spit. What pellets do owls spit up? What is this owl lore I'm learning? Here's my owl lore. They have asymmetrical heads. Their ears do not match. It's very interesting. And also you can see an owl's eye through its ear. See the back of its eye through its ear. It's very interesting. It's first the animal they can't. What the fuck? Okay, let me Google this. Owl pellets. What? Is this just for owls? Is it only owls that do this? So owls eat things, and then the remaining indigestible fur, bones, and teeth are compacted into a pellet, which the owl spits out. That is insane. Shoebill. I think definitely something to do with like a diet or something. The owl pellet thing is really good. How will this work? That is what we're figuring out. So here's the thing, these are like the 4 days. We don't need to use, we can even use one of them. I could just do like, it's a bird, you know? Where the fairy flying tip is in Krasu Tengu. What the hell is Krasu Tengu? I know this. It's the mask in Overwatch. That's why I know what it is. I feel like a whipped cream sweet thing is too close to alchemy though. So shift, yeah. I'm just thinking of Hanzo's red mask with the big nose. Okay, because owls are like the most wizened of all birds. So like, my idea was to go for like a monk kind of thing, and it was monks or wangs. So I think this owl pellet idea is, what are we doing today anyways? Well, Luke X-Ray, I am drawing a Fakemon. Well, I'm uploading a Fakemon every day of the year. And I fell way behind with my planning. So we're trying to play a bit of catch-up today. In making some concepts. And the one I'm currently working on, we are using the national days of the year to get a concept. And the national days of January 5th are keto, so the keto diet, screenwriters, whipped cream, and birds. I think it's literally just bird is the... It's National Keto Day, National Screenwriters Day, National Whipped Cream Day, and National Bird Day. Which is... Everybody go out and on a Friday and say hi to a bird. Like, what does that mean? It's so weird. Those colors are. We need to get a concept first before we worry about colors. We're absolutely jumping the gun there. Okay. Do keto and whipped cream conflict? It kind of, yeah, as well. So, but I'm thinking like maybe the shape of the bird could be kind of whipped cream. But whipped cream is absolutely not keto friendly. If it has sugar in it, it's basically a no-go. Whipped cream pellets. What am I doing? Now, by no means am I, like, probably doing, like, full artwork on stream, unless I'm, like, really inspired. It could be an owl pellet keto as a crystal ball. But why would it use its own vomit as a crystal ball? This is exactly why I streamed this, though, because I probably would have never fucking figured out that owls shoot fucking balls out of their mouth. So what fat balls are, because I realized that was just on screen with no context, is if you have like a bird feeder, you can buy like kind of, it's like a lot of like bird seeds kind of condensed into a ball, with other stuff in there, and it's just called a fat ball. And birds they eat it, so. And birds are eating fat. Keto is eating fat. Fat ball. Whoa. Insane. Whipped cream is the deterrent to it. What is weak to fairy? Fighting. Dark. Dragon. I can't really see it being any of those. Again, we don't need to use every day. Because otherwise it kind of becomes like a... If you're on like a mismatch of like weird ideas, my 2019 Inktober video is kind of the... Not antithesis, but that's where that kind of goes a bit apeshit. Where there's no like refining of ideas. Because it's like, oh, if we combined keto screenwriters, whipped cream, and a bird, it'd be like, what the fuck is this? Whereas just doing two of them, I'm like, okay, this works a bit better. Might be another good jumping off point. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's like, oh, it's an owl, so it's nocturnal is what makes it dark, you know? But then I'm like, Noctowl is like so evil looking. Like, I kind of just want like a really like chill owl. Wise and dragons are it's a bit of a stretch. Because then people would be like, why is a dragon type? And you're like, oh, because it's wise. And it's like, what? I don't know, we're just like figuring shit out. Okay, so if it spits, what if it doesn't spit? What if it just like... It's a diet, so I think it has... Does it have to spit? Hmm. Actually... the 4th of January's Fakemon is a very actually design though. Then it gags at the sight of unhealthy food. Oh, it's overly paranoid, health conscious vegan. I don't think we need to be like paranoid vegan. I think you can just do a diet to better your life. But I definitely think like kind of... Oh, it could be like a critic. I don't like food. I love it. And if I don't love it, I don't swallow. Swallows a bird. Ooh, okay. Yeah, we got it. We got it. What the fuck is that name? Alright, Antonigo. I'm not making Antonigo a Pokemon, but that kind of... If I don't like it, I don't swallow. So he's like, and then he spits it back out. Okay, fucking hell. Dude, you're too spot on with that, Antonigo. That's because that fucking speech froze my spine the first time I heard it. So, Antony, fuck off. I was already suggesting making Antonigo, but it's too much. Like, it's not literally him, but it's just like a food. It's a food critic. Ooh, that's a good one. Egotist. We'll do some workshopping. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I kind of don't want. I kind of don't want to show you guys day 6, but I also kind of do because it's so simple. But I feel like would it be funnier if you like waited? Do you guys want to see 6, or will we just go straight to 7? Because 7, I think I have a concept. I have most of a concept. It's just figuring out the kind of last details. 7, surprise me. May as well see it. 7. No? Let's see. Okay. Well, I'm gonna take surprise me as don't show me. Which means it's a 3-to-1 don't show us, so I'm not showing you. I might vote as Percellion was not the imposter. Anyway, so the national days of January 7th, there are only 2. And it's National Bobblehead Day and National Tempura Day. As in, like, tempura, the spread. I can't think of the name, technique. Like, fucking deep frying something in fucking breadcrumbs. Japanese style. Sushi. So, this is kind of incomprehensible. What we're looking at here. Breaded shrimp. Yeah, but it's... Tempura itself is not shrimp. But I was also just going with, like, a shrimp route because... that is the thing that I most associate with tempura. To the point that even when I read the word tempura, I was like, oh, like shrimp. But then researching it, it's not actually shrimp. It's like if you lived in Glasgow, someone would say deep fried, and you'd be like, Mars bar, even though it's not. Anything could be deep fried. So the idea I had was a kind of, let's make this less visible, even again. I was thinking of like a mantis shrimp. Who has like a big head, or maybe like has a bubble for a head. So when they get punched, it's like, you know, it's kind of like a boxer. Now I know immediately it's like, hey, that sounds like kind of a relative of Brawler. Which is the case. And then I'm like, could it have like kind of bubble antenna as well? And then I'm like, could it also have bubble boxing gloves? Because the mantis shrimp... Is it the mantis shrimp or the pistol shrimp that makes the bubble that's hotter than the sun? Pistol shrimp. It's the most dangerous creature on Earth. Okay, how powerful is a pistol shrimp? Pistol shrimp claws snap together with such force that they produce a stream of water that travels. The bubble collapse creates temperatures of 8,000 degrees Fahrenheit, almost as hot as the surface of the sun. So that's a pistol shrimp. Okay. Mattis. Man, oh. We're getting both. We're getting both answers here. A mantis shrimp punch arrives with an acceleration underwater to low pressure, but they both do it. What the fuck is up with shrimp? Okay. Both people are right. They both... Everybody's saying both answers. Both of them do it. The shrimp does it from... The mantis shrimp does it from punching, and the pistol shrimp does it from snapping. So they do the same thing, they just do it in a different way. That's fucking weird. But also, I guess it makes sense, because they're both there. So I guess it makes sense. So, obvious... an obvious kind of cool Pokemon-esque thing we could do here. This is what Pika... Exactly. And you could make the bubbles out of lava. Pretty hot stuff, am I right? That too silly? That's lava, so it could like flow away. Am I onto something here? Am I cooking or am I fucking... Is it raw? And then like my initial name and concept was just Bubblehead, because it's a bobblehead with bubbles. which might be problematic because day 6 guy is also potentially bub. That's derpy as fuck. He gives you Ice Q energy. Yeah. And I think it also, like, removes the kind of, like, it's different enough from Crabrawler. Yeah. Like they do there isn't a glass. There isn't a glass art day. I don't know if that's autocorrect or if I'm just stupid. Reminds me of a pumpkin. That would be on account of the colors. And then obviously we could go like... I think obvious route is water fire. But I think a funnier route is firefighting. And it could be a case that, like, it could be a case that, like, the lava just has, like, a sheet of, like, glass around it that forms, like, instantly. 10 punch. Oh, because tempura is fucking, tempura is fried. So... Using it in the name, though, I'm not sure about. Just because the actual design isn't particularly tempura-y. Because I don't think I want its body to be, like, an actual, like, tempura shrimp. I think I just want it to be, like... It still looks like an animal. It doesn't look like a food, you know? Bit of an off-topic question. What is your opinion on Digimon? I don't hate it, but I don't care for it. I don't dislike it. It's just something I don't partake in, if that makes sense. I don't think it's for celebration. The craft sampling is to come in the Northwest. Turning out the tempura. Fuck off. Maybe, is that where tempura comes from? As a word? Some common translation? I don't know. Anyway. I'm gonna say yes. Tempo. Oh, it works as temp. Okay, yeah. Temp punch. Imagine if I could flash cook the liquid coating its twist and hard top tempura compound. Oh, so it's like, sorry, I'm gonna do a weird reference just because I've been consuming a lot of content about it recently. It's like the Ratchet and Clank transforming weapons. So, like, if he punches you, and, like, your arm goes into the bubble, your arm comes out, like, tempura, and you're like, what the fuck? Also, you'd be like, fuck, my arm has melted off, but it's Pokemon, you know, so. And I think firefighting is pretty good for this. It's a shrimp, fucking hell, you guys are going ham with the buns today. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Now we're going to go into completely unknown territory. Now you get my genuine reactions to discovering national days. You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice? You're telling me a man ate this tiger? Okay. That's the one I always go back to. I read it. It was like the first joke. I was like 5 years old. It's in a joke book, and it's like, have you ever seen a man eating tiger? And then the answer is no, but I've seen a man eating chicken. And that's all the shit that the Pun channel has me thinking about. I'm like, this fucking joke when I was 5 years old. Roadworks ahead? I sure hope it does. Oh, goddamn. Okay. 100 trillion. I need everybody to just desist the behaviors of Unknown. Few speculated origins for tempura. I mean, yeah, it's kind of the same. It's like many cultures of deep fried stuff and bread. It's like I live in Canada now, so it's like more of a hub for a lot of cultures like mixing together. And I knew this beforehand anyway, but it's like you've dumplings, but then you also have like pierogi. I don't know the origin of dumplings. I don't know if it's a collective all term or if it's like specifically Japanese or Chinese. And then like pierogi's Polish, but it's like principally they're the same thing because it's like they're both what just we call dumplings. So it's like loads of different cultures do the same things. There's one that I just can't. It's in my brain and it's screaming to get out. And it's just like humans will fucking just do the same shit as other humans eventually. Yeah. There's something in my brain. It's like a really good example of it, but I can't think about it. Or I can't like... Yeah, I can't think about it. It's like my brain is like... Thing! And then there's just like an empty space. Where it's like, what's the thing? But it's like, I know it should be there, you know? Let me some pierogies. Oh, the word? Okay. Yeah, but like, it is still a thing that like... Frying things in bread is... It's a thing. Anyway. Everybody deep fries stuff at some... No. I don't know if it's a food or not. Anyway. January 8th is... Okay, I have seen a few of these, actually. It's National Career Coach Day. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write the next 3 prompts for the next 3 days, and then we'll go through them. But you can be thinking of stuff in the meantime. It's also National Winter Skin Relief Day. It's also National Clean Off Your Desk Day. Oh, and there is a caveat that I didn't mention earlier that I will need to mention at some point. Joy Germ Day. If it is a national day or a day known for a thing, that one is like specific to a country that I am not from, is very cultural, or is like a national tragedy or something like that, I am not fucking touching it. There are obvious examples. You don't need me to tell you what they are. Anyway. English toffee. Bubble bath. And one I think that we should incorporate. Argyle. Like, why is there a day for that? We'll call that 8. We will now move on to day number 9. What the hell does winter skin relief? We'll find out. We will find out together, because I don't fucking know either. I think it's just like taking care of your skin in the cold, I would guess. Let me say like Jan 8. Let me say Jan 9. Sorry if my handwriting is ass. I don't need to write national. They're all national. January 9th is National Balloon Ascension Day. So we could make a balloon. National Shop for Travel Day. National Law Enforcement Appreciation, which I don't really know about unless you make like a fucking police dog or some shit. National Apricot. You'll also notice that a lot of them are food-based. Which I want to try and avoid leaning into if I can. As I know we just disguise tempura, but like this is just a hot animal. Yeah. Whereas like day 3 and 4 are both kind of like things you could eat. I mean, technically you could eat anything if you're brave enough, but you know what I mean. And static electricity. So immediately with this, I haven't even like put shit together. It's like balloons are used for travel. Balloons generate like static electricity when you're thing. Apricots are balloons of the same shape. Electricity, law enforcement, tasers. Like there's so much shit already that's just there. Yeah. And we'll take a look at 10 as well while we're here. Jan 10. National Houseplant Appreciation. Also, somebody earlier, and it's been asked in comments as well, is like, will any of these evolve? And the answer is yeah. But it's a case where like I haven't decided what's going to evolve, because I made Globble. I keep calling it Globble. It's Goblob. And the short went up today, and then people are someone. I don't know if it was in the comments or if it was even in here, but somebody said it could evolve into a poison steel type to reflect the like tripods from War of the Worlds even more. And I didn't even think about evolving it. Ryunu will evolve. That was straight from the get-go. It's not hard to figure out when it'll evolve based on the information about what it is. But that was you. Oh, fuck yeah. I was thinking like maybe it could look like B2 Brawler with its shiny, because it'll be like a pink thing in a steel case. But possible Drifloon regional evolution. Yeah, like there's lots of things. Let me see what y'all you guys said. Joy Germ. Oh yeah, because I was looking at some of this earlier as well, and I was like, what the fuck is a Joy Germ? Yeah. I think the Joy Germ is like the strongest concept from that day. We can just marry it to something else, but we'll keep going with the Jan 10th. I just want to see what your brawler. This 50-foot casing of Carbonox alloy. I don't know the speech. There's no consolation prize, because he shows no mercy. It's also National Oysters Rockefeller Day, which is a food. But obviously we could just make an oyster. It doesn't need to be the food. Save the Eagles. National Cut your energy costs day. National Give Me More Money Day and let me live my fucking life, please. And National Bitter Sweet Chocolate Day. Here's the thing, I thought bittersweet was a feeling, not an actual, like... I don't know, it's two flavors stuck together, but, like... I didn't think it was a thing that, like, you actually ate. Anyway. Jan 10th is your birthday. Hell yeah, dude. Chocolate. This is the thing as well that I need to make very clear immediately. I will not be taking birthday requests because every single day of the year is somebody's birthday. And then if I do one person, everybody's going to want one. And then it'll like detract, and then I'll be like, well, today is Balloon Ascension Day, but it's also this guy's birthday, so he wanted it. Then it becomes like a whole thing. So like, We just had to get it out of the way. Okay. We'll do 8 first. We'll do some concepts. Okay. Evolve Cocovolt. Oh, but I don't even know what Cocovolt looks like anymore, because it's like a sexy chocolate woman now. And then obviously the big idea is if I get like 2 weeks, 3 weeks in advance with this, I can get back to streaming other Fakemon shit in the meantime. And I can be like, oh, on Mondays I'll stream this, and then on Wednesdays I'll do another thing, and then on Fridays I'll do this again, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, good shit. Involve the old Cocovolt. It's a what now? It's a hot chocolate woman. Okay. Oh no, I know spooky. It's just a thing I wanted to kind of address. Kind of sooner than later. I will be saying happy birthday in every short though, because I feel like that's a nice thing to do. And on my birthday, I'm gonna go like, and if today is your birthday, you're me. You're just, yeah. I think on my birthday I might just do something self-indulgent. I can't say that fast. Self-indulgent. There we go. My mouth was just not working with that. Okay. So basically we have like dry skin. I think Joy Germ is... You can just put that into anything, yeah. Bubble Bath is nice. Argyle... I was about to say like I never... Yeah, it's a hot chocolate woman, not a hot chocolate woman. But it's actually all three, anyway. Benevolent poison type. I don't even know if it needs to be poison. It could be. Typing, I feel, will kind of... Because I think it's about, like, matching the elements first. Because with Ryunu, it was like, oh, it's... I was like, oh, it's the first day of the year, so I was like, we'll do like kind of a pseudo mascot for this, where it's like, and then I'm like, okay, mascot of Pokemon is a Pikachu. Is a Pikachu. It's Pikachu. So I was like, oh, Pika clone, and then let's make it a dragon because it's the year of the dragon. So then it's like, oh, that's electric dragon type. And then for Goblob, honestly, Goblob could have been anything. But I was just like, it's a blob that eats things. It's poison. And then I don't want to show you the next two, but tomorrow's one is a fun type combo, for sure. Hello, the Demon Saber. How's everybody? I'm pretty good. Joy Bubble sounds cute. That's what I was thinking, because I was like, Joy, you've Bubble Bath to like feel nice. I don't know how I would incorporate Argyle into a design, because it's like... Oh, there he is. It's the Argyle Pokemon. Unless I just did like a pattern on it somewhere. Those things in this list are soft. Yeah, and then it's like Bubble Bath, Skin Relief, and you can be like, oh, this Pokemon helps soothe the skin if you touch it. Drawing cute eyes is like a really hard thing to do. it's so easy for them to come off as, like, scary. Oh my god, it's just cuties again. So let's make it, like, bubbly. You know, off your desk as well, Happy Bubbles. Oh yeah, because it's just cleaning. Two bubbles in a row. Fuck it. We ball. I don't think they need to be related. It's not really any, like, shrimpiness in here. That's the whole concept. Maybe any Scottish goblins do household chores and take care. And just often clean your desk day. Oh, let's see what I have. A Scottish, what is it called? A brownie? A brownie? Oh, Brunei. Oh, yeah. A Gregok. See, Scottish. I was going to say Scottish Irish. Scottish Gaelic is, it's so close to Irish, but it's so different at the same time. When I was in Scotland, I was, like, looking at road signs, and I was like, what the fuck? A brownie. Yeah, because here we have, like, kind of two completely different angles we could go. Don't ask me why it's a martini. Why do you have such long legs? Thing is, it's like, this is very Indeedee. It wouldn't surprise me if Indeedee is based on this already. Matt Moore did a brownie. I've never watched Matt's stuff properly. I am familiar with him. I know he collabs with Fruitby a lot. Let me check. Let's look up the lore on these. I just want to be sure that there's nothing weird about him. I mean, there's a lot weird about him. It's a fucking goblin that cleans your house. Regional variance is a literal term on the brownie wiki. It's a regional impidimp. Selkies are a... Oh, a Silky. The Selkie's a horse. There's a kelp. Madam, there's too many fucking... There's a lot of lore in those islands. Bruni. Let's see. What did I want to Google? I want to look up Indeedee. So I imagine Indeedee is just like, I'm the butler, I'm the maid. Oh, Mr. Bruce. Batman. Yep, it may also draw inspiration from brownies, household spirits from British folklore. Said to come out at night and perform domestic and farming tasks. Not saying it is based on them, but it's a seal. Oh, yeah, I was thinking of like water horse in my brain, and I'm sure Selkie, because the Kelpie can also shapeshift, and there's a lot of similarities between all of them. Even the cold bubbles dissipate and lose friendly bubbly coating. I don't think we need to have like a form change with things. It's something kind of important about this challenge specifically, just because it is 366 Fakemon, is you just gotta fucking take it easy sometimes. We don't need to... Because then it's like, oh, I spent fucking 20 hours working on this one, and it's like, okay, what about the one after that? Yeah. And by no means do I want any of them to be, like, bad. But it's like, some of them just don't have to be that deep, you know? See you, ladies. Okay, we're up. I called him a horse, and everybody's going apeshit. Yeah, and I think it's also just a good thing for, like, me as an artist to be like, hey, you're gonna spend, like, 2 hours on a design, and that's it. And, like, well, we've been streaming for less than, or just over an hour, and it's like, this isn't a full design or anything, but it's like, concept is pretty solid. Concept is so solid. This one is just figuring out which one to go with. Unless I do both? So the thing is, the Joy Germ and the Brownie clash so much for me. Because it's like, this to me is like, I'm gonna write servant in quotes. I mean slave, but it's very like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. Whereas Joy Germ is like, I'm here to make you feel good and all this. Yeah. Just get the concept and go, pretty much, more or less. Because this now would be like Inktober 20. Is it 9? I think it's 19. Where it'd be like, oh, it's a house elf and it's bubbly and it has chocolate and it's wearing argyle and it has a desk and it's cleaning the desk and it has dry skin because it wouldn't, you know, and it's like, Jesus Christ. Just, I think Joy Germ is the stronger concept for me. Just because it's such like a nice, like, out of all of these kind of national days, I'm like, oh, this one's actually like a nice thing to do. So then I'm like, you know, a germ, but it could be like some sort of germ shape, but it could be like, oh, it's like, it's bubbly, it has bubbles. Like, it could be this Pokemon infects. This Pokemon is highly contagious. Fortunately, the only symptoms are feeling very fucking happy. Yeah. Hello, Red Rexy 6 edits with 2 T's. Uh-oh. I'm gonna sick. It's called being high? What's being high? Contagious illnesses? That's getting happy? Yeah, actually, I'm allowed to talk about it. I did Google this. What are the rules with drug use and streaming? And if you live in a country where it's legal, then you're allowed to talk about it, and I do. So I've been having crazy fucking weed dreams, so I have to get off of that. During the day, it's completely fine. It's very good. But at night, Jesus Christ. Horror horror dreams. So I could use a Joy Germ little guy when I'm sleepy. Infectious happiness? Yeah, I think. Oh, like the whole laughter is infectious. But I don't think I want it to go around being like, ah, ha, ha, ha. You know, like I think something like this where it's like kind of cute and happy and totes adorbs. Are you creating Pokemon? You've asked twice. I I don't know. It could be. Not to be too sarcastic, but it's on screen and it is also in the title of the stream. Hello, Roger Roma. What's up? Infectious happening. Yeah, there is a famous video. It's probably a few of them, and it's like a laughter, like train, where like one person laughs and then they like get the next person to laugh, and then that next person gets the next person to laugh. The exact same principle is true with yawning. In fact, I've just thought about yawning, and now all of you are gonna hate me. Because all of you now want to yawn. There we go. Have fun yawning, everyone. I don't know why yawning is contagious. Because, and now I'm thinking about yawning again, so fuck it up. Let me just... I think it's like a reminder to breathe or something. But, because there's whole studies on like what is laughter, and it's like, oh, you do it when you feel uncomfortable is one of the things, or it's like you do it when like your body needs to generate like, I always mix up serotonin and the other one that I can't think of, because I think they're both present in things, but one is like one's from food and one's from sex, dude. But I can't think of them. Local man, you learned to yawn. Exactly. And yawn is contagious, which is why the enemy Pokemon does it. Insane. I literally just figured that out. That's the whole concept of that move. Fucking hell. You're making me on, you're now blinking manually. I don't get affected by the I don't get affected by blinking manually, or you're now aware of your breathing. Sorry for making you now breathe manually. Sorry again for pointing it out. Those don't affect me, and I don't know what it is. What if you could just be like, "Hey, dickhead." Let's try and do that without a voice crack. Be like, "Hey, dickhead. Your heart needs to pump manually now," and then you're like, you just have to like figure out how to use your heart muscle. News reporter just in. Local man streamer DeadBedSpread kills audience by making their bodies shut down live on stream. Okay. And we'll call this layer 9, and we'll call this 10, and we'll call this plan. I'll update this. No birthday requests. And let's say nothing. Potentially. Problem. No, you need to not fall over manually. I'm sitting down. You just hear like like the stream ends. Oh no, what you hear is let me see if I can find this. You just hear this and the stream ends. Need to walk manually. Your mom? What about my mom? No, sorry. Oh yeah, no, sorry, it is. Your grammar was correct. I was too quick to jump the gun there. I apologize profusely. Got an idea for a Fakemon. Needs not follower. Yeah, Manuel Samuel, what is that? Giant balloon static, drifting. Yeah, so it's like this one has so much potential. The apricot. I think I want to avoid apricot. Not because there's anything wrong with it, but it's just we already have so many food already. I want to try and avoid food where I can. What is going on? I'm designing a Fakemon for every single day of the year. And we are taking the national days associated with each day. So January 9th is National Balloon Ascension Day, it's National Shop for Travel Day, it's National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, it's National Apricot Day, and it's National Static Electricity Day. And then we take all those prompts and we combine them into one design, and we do that 366 times. Hooray. It's a game where you have to live manually. That sounds like ass. I don't know, maybe it sounds cool. I'd have to look at it. Let me see. Okay. So this day particularly has like so many has a lot of potential. So Balloon Ascension, and I believe Balloon Essential is Balloon Ascension. Balloon Ascension, not Balloon Essential. If I just look this up for a second. National Balloon Ascension Day. Yeah, so it's like the French aeronaut Jean-Pierre Blanchard. So this is literally like hot air balloon associated. It's not just like throw a balloon in the air and then Spider-Man 2, PS2. My balloon! Fucking kid starts crying about it. So travel, air balloon. These are already connected. Static electricity. Balloon. Connected. Static electricity. Law enforcement. Connected. Now, I probably don't want to do anything with law enforcement. Just because... Unless it's like a weird fucking police blimp, but I'm like... I don't know. Doesn't seem quite right to me. Shop for travel? Yeah, it's... some of them you can tell is just like... Very, very like corporation focused, where it's like, oh, it's National Shop for Travel Day, better go out and get the sales for travel items. I don't know. Please don't. I was thinking, what I'm currently thinking is like weather balloon. Because static electricity, weather, thunder and lightning. And a weather balloon, also known as a sounding balloon, Rotwo, is a balloon that carries instruments into the stratosphere to send back... Where the fuck to go? Send back information on atmospheric pressure, temperature, humidity, and wind speeds by means of a small expendable measuring device called a radiosonde. Radiosonde? Yeah. I can't think of that guy's... I can't think of the name of the channel, and I should. I think it's Tom something. The kind of British guy who does, like, weird experiments. Very big channel. And he was like... What the fuck did he do? He was like, we're going to send, like, lasagna into space and drop it and see if it cooks from falling or something. Or it was like a Subway sandwich or some shit. I can't remember. Air traffic control? What if it's a balloon animal? Tom Scott. That's it. Yeah, he retired as well. And good for him, honestly. Yeah. Toby's gone too. Like, though Toby, I think, still has like one more. I think he has one more video he needs to do. It's kind of unfortunate timing that it is out after the kind of one where he said goodbye, but I know we've all knew that was happening. What if it is a balloon animal that looks like a bird and is a good substitute for a security system? Because birds are drunk. Oh, like what if it's a... I'm freewheeling a drone here. Like a balloon drone. The birds work for the bourgeoisie. Or when I was fucking like 14, I was like, the Borg way. I was like, what is that word? I don't know if balloon animal is speaking to me. The only thing I would consider doing for like law enforcement is like a dog. But then it's like, oh, it's an electric dog, and it's like, oh, we've 2 of those already. Whereas like a balloon, it's like you've Drifloon and Drifblim, and then people would be like, you have Jigglypuff as well. And I'm like, Jigglypuff is not a balloon. Like, yes, it's the balloon, but like, it's a pink fairy thing. It's not a balloon. I still potentially pronounce this Borgeo Ice. That's a good one. The Borgeo Ice. Ah, the one that really fucking annoyed me. And I won't name names. You can go find it if you want. But I was rewatching a... Yeah, actually, I won't name anything. I was rewatching a series of videos. Just in the background, just to have on. Because I like doing that where it's like... You rewatch stuff just because it's like familiar and it's not too... If you're rewatching it, you don't really have to pay attention, but it's like it's still kind of on and you liked it in the first place, so you're like, okay, cool. But somebody said, and I had a friend who used to do this as well, they say epitome. It's like, oh, this is the epitome of good design theory, and I'm like, it's epitome. The epitome of good design theory. It's not epitome. It's epitome. Can you do a Theropod Dinosaur Fakemon tomorrow because the new species 2X is found on January 3rd? I cannot because January 3rd is already covered. How do you get epitome for that? Because it's spelt. It's the way it's spelt. And here's the thing about English. It's... I don't know the exact numbers, but it's like, it's the language of 100 rules and 600 exceptions or something like that. Because it's like a fucking mishmash of loads of other languages as well. Epitome, yeah. I'm tempted to make like a tome, like an epic tome. Kind of relic kind of thing. And then, this is epitome. The epitome of mispronunciation, Pokemon. It's just janky, yeah. And it's like, I before E, except after C, except for all the times it's not. There's 3 languages in trench coat. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so I'm thinking my balloon. Balloon. So a weather balloon is simply just like that. And it could be like enormous. Because then it's like, oh, okay. Because then, okay, because weather balloons have... What the fuck did I do? I used the wands tool somehow. Root, and root. The one that really fucking annoys me. Okay? And I know that this is a different thing, because this is like, okay. Mold. There are two ways of spelling it, okay? There are also two meanings of the word. Yet, both meanings are spelt the same way in countries that use the different ways. So there's like the fucking fungal growth, and there's like the set that I'm trying not to say mold, the like recess that like you'd fill with like plastic or something to mold an object or something. And it's like, you've two meanings for the word. You've two spellings. Just make this the fungus and make this the other one. But it's like, no, the printing press and saving money. I'm like, fuck. Ugh. No news. The thing that I don't... Okay, like, I guess you can grow up with, like, American English and you're like, okay, this is the thing, and this is just the way we spell it and whatever. And it's like, that's society, and it's like, okay, I don't care. But it's when Americans are so adamant that it's like, no, this is how you spell it. And it's like, it literally... Or when they're adamant that it's like, the UK way of spelling it is wrong. And it's like... The language comes from England. It was changed in America because printing individual letters cost money. So they cut out a bunch of letters in places. It's not, like, it's different. You can say it's different, but you can't say that the original is wrong. Because it's not. It fucking derives from it. And it would be wrong if it was like... Oh, like... actually, it's called the, verbatim scarum. It's like, why are you speaking Latin? But it's like, no, still speaking English. As far as I know, I was about to go by landmass, but I actually don't. I'm not going to talk about things I'm not educated in. I would imagine that UK English is the predominant one in the world. But I don't know what, like, I don't know what a lot of countries would use. And it's probably because UK English is the most predominant, because the UK fucking colonized the whole world. Okay, anyway. Let's get off of that. So I'm thinking, like, massive weather balloon. Aluminum is sorcery. Yeah, I need to look that up sometimes, because... Sorry, I'm kind of distracted now because I'm back in like Fakemon mode. Because there's obvious yeah, I'm too stuck up on aluminum and shit now. I need to get back out of this. Do we make balloons? Yes. Let's just pretend that this is like a flume guy. This thing is Drift Bloom already has like the cloud on the head. Yeah. And then this thing could be like a flying... Because I was thinking like, oh, it can't be an evolution to Drift Bloom because it's like flying electric. But then I'm like, oh, it could just be like a variant. But also, I don't know if I want it to be a Drifblim. Oh, but it could. Yeah, okay, hang on. Then I can turn like these into its arms. It's like holding on to whatever it's carrying. Because that's kind of how like weather balloons look anyway. And then it also looks like a hot air balloon, and it's the thing, and da 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 da. Does it hold a Drifblim? I don't think so. Just because I'm like, doesn't really make sense. What could it be holding? This is reminding me of I spent like 5 minutes looking for this one joke about I before E rule because it was topical and now the joke's passed. That was so long ago. What the hell is the name of this monster? My Monster Hunter brain is lacking. Monster Hunter. No, what are you? Yamasukami. I think is I think I don't want this thing to be a regional variant. I do think I want it to be like this fucking guy. Who is really hilarious because he's got a big fuck off mouth. But it's just the idea of like a balloon or like a floating thing having like kind of these arms or tentacles that can come down and hold a thing. I kind of like the idea of. Anyway. Imagine a regional Tinkaton floating around with a beaten up Drifblim. Oh, like it's just. Hello. It's me. Tinkaton. I'll leave her there. As far as since back. Yeah, it's a monster I've never gotten to face because it's not in any game. I don't think it's Frontier. Is it 2 that it's in? I think it's 2. One of the second gen games. Because I am aware that 2 in terms of Monster Hunter doesn't really narrow it down. Okay, we'll say that for that. And then, they do want to try and keep these streams relatively short enough, so we'll go for like 20 minutes. Because I got, like, life to live. I got laundry to do. I got shopping to do. Okay, maybe it's Cloud that takes the shape of a balloon. So much response from Nope. I have not watched Nope. But I probably wasn't going to, so I was going to say spoilers. But now I've spoiled for people who might. Fuck! Again, I don't think we need to be like, it's the shape of the thing that's the shape of a thing. Yeah, I think it can just like have clouds around it because it's so high up and it's generating static electricity in the air and all that jazz. And I know that doesn't make, that's not how clouds are made, but whatever, fuck it. What if it's literally holding a weather ball? Like the move. Anyway. January 10th. Houseplants. Oysters.
What if the oyster was a plant instead of a pearl?
Save the eagles.
What if the oyster was an eagle instead of a pearl?
Cut your energy costs and bittersweet chocolate. And then cut your energy costs day is like I was about to say it was like the energy companies, but I'm like, no, they want you to spend energy. So, I don't know. That's society rising back. Whirlybird oyster? What is a whirlybird? Because to me it's a helicopter. Oh, they're the things on top of chimneys. Or like ventilation. I never knew the name for those. Well, there we go. Speeds the spin around. Oh, that to me is a... that... I call those helicopters. No, a whirlybird... Just from Googling it. Are those like chimney... spinny things? I think it's a thing with a lot of different names. Then there is the seed. Or there's like the wings. I call them helicopters. They have different names in different places. It's... What the fuck are we talking about? We're talking about conkers around Christmas. And somebody had a name for them and I can't remember. And I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, I'm distracted. Oyster. So oyster, you know, could be like shell in general. So like you could get like... Oh, fucking... Guys, we just saw the conker. Yes, I know this looks like cloister right now. Conker's bad for a day. We got a good picture of these.
I mean, it's like a pearl inside, and it's got a spiky shell on the outside. It's like a fucking...
Could we do a regional cloister called Conkster? Horse chestnut. Can I get the houseplant then? Well, like, I don't know if it needs to be like houseplant. Yeah. That's the thing. It's like, do we need to be? Because then you could also do like, oh, it's a Christmas cactus, but the pot is an oyster shell and a Chester. Hello, Akaku. I'll be finishing up in about 15 minutes. So you did just catch the end of this? Has somebody done a... Horse chestnut. Cloister. So I feel like that's a fun one. Yeah? And then I could, Oh, fuck off. Okay, hang on. What the horse chestnuts grow into? Or are they seeds? Or are they fruit? Oh, it's a chestnut tree. Okay, that fuck my life. Hello, Alpado. People are saying, ooh, I think they might know what I'm talking about. Horse anatomy? What the fuck is a chestnut and a horse? What the fuck am I looking at? I'm looking at some weird shit, guys. To very epic music. Let me see. So, you know the whole principle of Evo swapping? And how Sinistra kind of did it in Pokemon for real. If we do a cloister now, if there's ever like a specific like tree growing day or horse chestnut day or something, which there probably fucking is, this could be its evolution based off Shelter, where the tongue is now a big sprout. I'll take all your money now. Thank you very much. That's what we in the biz call a winner. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking say it. I'm gonna say regional cloister. Because as far as I can tell, I can't find any other. I don't know if anybody's done a regional convergent cloister chestnut thing. And even if they have, one, I haven't seen it, so I'm not taking any influence from it. And two, people can have the same ideas all the time. And three, the first regional variant ever made was cloister. So I feel like having the first convergent thing in this also be cloister is kind of thematic. The boulder. The Conkster. What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of the fucking guy from Spy Kids. Did somebody call the Dingster? Why is this the second stream in a row I've talked about Spy Kids? Christ. What did the Priscillian say? Chester. I'm not going to call it Chester, but... What does the name Cloister come from? Because clearly it's oyster. But is it like clam? So we can keep part of it. Bulbapedia takes a while to load these days. I don't know what's going on with it. This is anonymous. You're being hacked right now. Every time I scroll past like a BST, I always see a number that isn't 600, and I'm like, you're not Archaladon. You're not that guy, pal. Cloister is tied with Mega Slowbro for the highest base defense stat of all water-type Pokemon. Interesting. Cloister may be a combination of clam and oyster as well as a play on cloister. Okay. Got it. Cloister. Did somebody ring the dingster? I'm gonna picture this fucking guy. Rip Bill Paxton, you legend. Some channel has been posting a video of Bill Paxton's character in Spy Kids 3D saying, did somebody ring the dingster every day for more than 2 years?
Somebody ring the dingster!
For context, he's dressed like a fucking cowboy and he flies in on an umbrella. I gotta get a picture of this fucking guy. Did somebody ring the dingster? You see my suggestion about lore? No, I didn't. I was too busy talking about Spy Kids. Maybe it survives by having its seeds spread by the critic bird, but the bird refused to eat the seeds because they taste horrible. Oh, interesting. I'm not gonna like confirm anything, just because kind of going into it, I was like, what should I and shouldn't I do? Because I was like, oh, if I do stats, I'll fucking die. Because there's no way in hell that I am figuring out stats for like 7 Pokemon during a week. Well, I could do that. Okay, that's a bad example, but like I'm not doing stats. And I'm not doing dex entries either. It's just like a kind of, because a lot of it I feel like I want to be, not a lot of it, but I'm kind of given the baseline for like a little bit of audience participation, where it's like, what do you think the lore should be? And then it's kind of the audience and the comments are like, ooh, what if it did this? What if it did this? And then through kind of collaboration, it kind of becomes more than what it started as, which I think is kind of a fun thing. Instead of me saying like, this and this are related and they do this. And you've even done it now because you suggested lore. Like they do have lore, but I'm not gonna be like, this is the dex entry. Yeah. Because so far it's like, oh, we have a dragon and an alien. There's not really much to go off of, but obviously once we get to kind of a week in or like 2 weeks in, people will be like, oh, these two might hang out or whatever. Especially in like the long form videos where it's like you can see all of them next to each other. And what I want to do at the end of each month is like do like a collage, not like a new drawing, just have them like where I just put them all in the same image. And then at the end of the year, have like a massive image with like 366 guys. Also plan. Very obvious thing here. My hubris is not above me. This could fail. I could fucking anything could happen, yeah. But I'll, because it's like for me it's just like trying to do it. I feel like is the best thing. I'm not like I will do this. Obviously I'm like, yes, I have the determination to do it. But if it ends up failing, it's like I'll be sad that it ended, but I'll be happy that it happened, you know. Fake montage was enough. I think we might be a bit delayed with the timing because that only came through now. Anything is possible. Yeah, and like, I would rather try than kind of just say, oh, I can't do it. It's so daunting. Being like, it's so daunting, I might not as well even try. I'm like, I didn't want to do that. I'm like, it's fucking daunting, but I want to try. And I feel that's what makes it fun, you know? And then if it does fail, people can be like, oh, well, fuck it. You know? But still, you got 2 cool Fakemon out of it already. So, with 2 more rendered on the way. So, like, there's at least 4 done. Okay. I'm going to end this at 2 hours exactly. We're about 56.5 minutes. So we're just going to kind of wrap up what we did today. So I'm making Fakemon every single day in short form. They're also going on Instagram. I didn't post a glob lob today. I need to do that. What I also need to do is figure out... I need to log into my Me6, which is the bot that controls the DeadBedSpread on the server, and get that to, like, post it to the server, because the... What's the word I'm looking for? Probably not going to end this at fucking 2 hours on the dot, because, like, I can't think. I want to get the boss to do, like, the daily post of, like, here's the new short. Because it's, like, some days I'm just not going to be able to do it. You know, I might be out or doing something, or, like, staying over to friends or traveling or whatever. Whereas if I can just set up as, like, okay, here's the link. Posted at 8 a.m. my time. And it's like, okay, there you go. And then DeadBedSpread's like, here's the video. You know? Then I can just schedule those out in advance. I'm absolutely terrified, you know, considering that burnout last time. Well, the burnout last time was because I didn't pace myself. With this, it's like... I'm already double what day it is. And, like, right now, it's like, once I'm done the stream, I'm going away and doing other stuff. And then I'll come back and, like... I'll record and make the shorts. I'll draw out one of them. Then I'll draw a few tomorrow. But, like, I'm balancing shit. Whereas in 2022, I just was in Pokemon and Fakemon. To the point that it was like... And each of these is like... The due date is... The payoff for each day is just one thing. Whereas back then it was like... Oh, it's the summer fake montage and I'm drawing like 50 designs that I didn't make and I have to pick each of them. And then I also need to figure out where they go on the image and then make sure that they all look good and you can see all of them. And then I announced like the next one and then I was getting immediately, which was the fucking stupidest thing I've ever done. And there's like, and then I have to pick all of those, and also it's Halloween, and I have to make my Ultra Beast spheres, and I'm doing fucking 32 Phantom of each type, and then I have to make sure that all the origins, and then they all have evolutions, and then fucking Ron was like, hey, do you want to participate in 4 artists? And I was like, fuck yeah, I do. Then also I was doing like that Christmas collab on my channel, and I was just like Jesus Christ. But even before the first fake montage, it was like, oh, here's Crossbreeds 2. Crossbreeds will be coming back. I can guarantee that. But I do admit that kind of got away from me. But yeah, I am much more well suited to taking this on. Hello, Missy. You are arriving just at the end of stream. I'm so sorry. But I feel like I am much more equipped these days to deal with burnout. Because I can kind of, I can sense it approaching, if that makes sense. I nearly got it after Halloween. And you can tell because people, the shorts, I recorded 4 shorts right around Halloween. And people were like, you sound dead. Like, what happened? What am I thinking of? Yeah, like I'm just better these days at like, oh, don't do anything. Because last night I was like, oh, I should work on like day 6 or at least sounding dead is on. Yeah. Thing for me mainly was this is the it's like I want to not fucking scream as much. So then, and I talked about this last time on stream. It feels like it was today, but it wasn't. But I was like, I need just to do something where I can just talk like low like this and like. And I was like, what about a detective who going through the streets and they're playing piano and it's Castelia City? You know, it's really environmental and it's like, oh shit, that actually works. Hey, it is the voice. Hey, we sent DeadBedSpread to the Columbo dimension. What the fuck is the Detective Columbo crossover? Yeah. So I feel like there was something I had to say. I just can't think of it. I was doing a recap. So yeah, new Fakemon every day. I'm known for Fakemon and shorts, so kind of the logical next step for me was to do Fakemon shorts. It's also something I'm really passionate about, because you can kind of, I could tell, which means that other people could tell. You can kind of tell that, like, the shorts towards the latter half of last year, I was kind of like, eh. The odd few, I was like, I feel this. But a lot of the other ones are like, I am making this out of obligation. A lot of, like, the show us your type shorts. Because I started that as an idea to be like, oh, because I was like, oh, I'm going to be uploading 2 shorts a week. And then it's like, oh, what can I fill that with? And I was like, oh, if I do type shorts, then it's like, that's 18 shorts, so which is 9 weeks. But it was like, there was no, like, planning beyond that. Because, like, one of the ideas for that was, like, it was called Show Us Your Fakemon. So the intro to it would be like, show us your Fakemon! Like 3 voices, like an audience or something, which I just didn't commit. There's a lot of, like, ideas that I just didn't commit to, which is the thing. So for this year, it's like, we're just reeling it back. It's like, obviously I didn't do the Q&A, so nobody knows. I'm not just doing a Fakemon a day this year. I'll still be doing, like, long form videos. I've been thinking if it's a case of, like, there's, like, Pokemon news or something. I'll do my thoughts in, like, a live stream, or I'll, like, get enough thoughts for, like, a long video where I'll be like, because normally it's like, oh, trailer comes out, and then that same day I'll be like, in the trailer, this happened and this happened, blah, 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 blah. But I might just be like, let's get enough, or like, let's wait for like 2 trailers to come out. And then I'll be like, these are all the details that I like in these trailers, but making it about me, if that makes sense. Because a lot of channels will be like, these are 5 details you missed in the trailers. And it's like, don't fucking assume you know my life. You know? And then obviously kind of like more detective stuff, because that's, I really like making those. That's the thing this year that I want to be more conscious of, is I want to make content that I am thoroughly enjoying. Because I'll admit it, I didn't want to make a Pumpkaboo of every type. I was like, oh, I have to do this because I did Phantom last year, and Pumpkaboo is the counterpart to Phantom. But then it's like, oh, this video is way worse than last year's. It's like, why is that? And it's like, oh yeah, because I didn't want to fucking make it. Whereas Detective, I was like, yeah, I do want to make this. And that's why that video is so much better. So like, I'm at a point now where, like, I'm planning like, I know what my 3 Halloween videos of 2024 are already. And I'm so tempted to make them now. But you lose kind of a sense of, like, what's current, I guess. For instance, if I had made the Halloween videos for 2023 in January of 2023, the concept would have been completely different, because the whole blood moon thing didn't exist. Because when I had started that video, it was gonna be 7 or however many entirely new Fakemon. It'd be like, oh, these are creepypasta Ultra Beasts, and they're just their own thing completely. But then Blood Moon Beast came out, and I was like, wait a fucking second, this is something. This is real. Let's get back to progress. I'm about to finish up. We're just doing a kind of a little chit chat. I like when there's story in the video, like with the detective. Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of playing into a part of myself that I haven't allowed to flourish on YouTube. And I feel like that's why the Pukedex has been delayed so long. Because it's been the realization that, like, I don't just want to show off I don't want it to just be like, I designed these when I was a teenager, and I'm redesigning them. Aren't these ugly? Oh, they're fucking cool now. I want it to be like, I designed these when I was a teenager, and oh, they're fucking ugly, and now they're cool now. But also be like, and this is how they would fit into a world, and like, there's an actual story around it. You know, and it's also the idea of like, I'm making a thing that I lost my thoughts. Fuck. Not well, yeah, a thing I can be proud of, but like, it can be like a project that's bigger than what it started as, if that makes, or like, because I can be like, this is it's all led down to this kind of thing where it's like this shitty Dex I made has now become something. Because when I was young, and this is going back to the videos with story elements, I've always been creative, and like I used to have like a copybook that I would just draw like animals in, like a T-Rex or like a spider, but like really shit, by today's standards. But it was, and I used to like show it off at the front of class because my teacher was very supportive, and so were my parents. But then it became a thing where like my parents, not that they were doing it forcefully, but it was like pushing to like, oh, creative industry, and they were like, oh, animation and stuff. It's like, yeah, I like animation. And I used to do stop motion with like my Bionicles and my Transformers animated toys. Doing stop motion with Transformers is so much fucking fun. Anyway, and as I was getting older, I was like, I don't know if it's like the medium that appeals to me, because like I love games and I love movies and I love like comic books and I love stories. And then it was when I was an adult, I was like, wait a minute, my thing isn't to like, it's not to create in a specific way, it's to tell a story. Which is why I love it when people are like, your way of explaining things is entertaining, because I'm like, me even explaining something is a story, etc., etc. So then to actually make content that is like, this is a story, and then people are like, we fucking love this, and I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Whereas the Pumpkaboo video is just like, yeah, I made pumpkins, and I changed the fruit. How about Pokemon based on urban legends? What about them? I can't even think of any urban legends off the top of my head. Surely some of the creepypastas or the holiday guys count as urban legends? Like, is Jersey Devil an urban legend? I know I didn't do a Jersey Devil guy, but creepypastas and urban legends are like so... It's weird. Yeah, because an urban legend is just like a creepypasta, but it's like the word of mouth rather than the internet, right? Am I wrong? Am I right? Am I wrong? Stop motion, hell yeah, brother. Oh, I used to claymation. I completely forgot about that. But it was never just like that's the thing, it was never just like this is just clay moving. I was like, this is the clay man and he has a sword and there's a giant snake or some shit. I can't show you guys any of that because it's all on like my family computer back home that I don't even know the login to, so I couldn't get my parents to... There's like user profiles, so like they couldn't access it. And also that fucking machine is slow as all balls, so I don't even know if it's still there. Okay, anyway. Fakemon. I make Fakemon. I make shorts. I like doing both, so obvious answer is to combine them. Nobody's done a Fakemon a day for a year. On a leap year as well, which is the important part. So we want to get all of the days done. I want to get a week ahead, which currently we are in terms of concepts. which is really good because I've said it loads of times, but a concept is probably no, it's not even probably. A concept is the most important part of doing Fakemon. Because even if a concept is bad, no, I said even if like the line art and the artwork is fantastic, if the concept isn't good, it's just gonna be like, what is this? You know? You could have it fucking illustrated by fucking RJ Palmer, Arvalis, the guy who worked on Detective Pikachu, and it'd still be like, it's fine. Whereas if the concept is good, even if it's illustrated by like your 3-year-old cousin, it's still like, oh, that slaps. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing something that I was meant to say, but I do have stuff to do. Gotta get my laundry. Bear with me. Okay. Urban legends are things like Bloody Mary, Mothman, or Bigfoot, were the way before legends. Yeah. No, I could definitely do a detective urban legends. Oh. Sorry. Oh, my bone's cracked. That is if he wasn't dead in a cave somewhere. Har har. Anyway. But yeah, then the idea of this is if I can guess far enough ahead, it kind of frees me up to do other stuff. Sounds detective is in high demand. Yeah, and it's also a thing I want to do, which makes it great. Because it's like I have 4 more episodes rattling around in my brain. Now, when they come out, who knows? But like, it's I like doing it. That's all I can say. I don't want to give too much away. But one of them may have cameos from well, a few of them actually might have cameos. This one, the one that just came out, was meant to. My time management was just a bit fucky. I think that's probably one of my resolutions, is like be better with time management. As he says, he's now 15 minutes over when he said he'd leave, so we're going to kind of end this up pretty soon. And he also says, well, he's catching up on designs that he should have done weeks, if not months ago. Anyway, yeah, the Christmas one was meant to be because something about the Christmas one that the original has, that I want to make sure I do in the future, is the evidence that he has to examine. So like with the Sableye, there's the photograph, or with the Dalmais, there's the paper, like the child's drawing. There wasn't really any of that intentionally for the Christmas one, which is like, you can take it or leave. Like, I still think that video works. I still think the Halloween one is better. I will say that immediately, but I don't think the I don't think the Christmas one is bad at all. They're giving Hydrapple the blood moon treatment with Garden of Eden. Why is it in Florida? Not so Garden of Eden isn't a urban legend. It's a religious thing, which is a whole other can of worms. DeadBed. Fuck. Detective fights God? Real? They say it's I'm trying to think. They say it's a Gallade. No, sorry. Hang on. They say it's a Lucario. But the spikes from its hands have been removed, and now there's holes. And it's been seen running across the water. And it's capable of turning ordinary beverages into alcoholic ones. That was a biblically accurate Granny Smith. Yeah, I'm gonna avoid religion. I think I can say that pretty confidently. It's just like, I don't think I've been secretive about the fact that I'm an atheist, but I'm just like, I don't care to kind of be like, hi, I'm the detective, and God is made up, and I'm gonna fight him. You know, like, it's just, it's not really like a, because it's kind of like, here's your beliefs, I'm gonna turn them into creatures and beat the shit out of them, you know? Whereas everything else is kind of like, oh, urban myth, creepypasta, other things I can't get into yet, because spoilers. Works better. Detective's Inferno. Oh, I think he'd go to hell for sure. I think hell is kind of like a concept that's shared between a few religions, which is kind of funny. Unless you're Mormon, because then you just go to like a planet, but it's not as good as the other planet, but it's still not bad. And I'm okay, fuck. Okay, last story. It's not a story. I was in my local hometown. I had to wait around for a few hours because my girlfriend at the time was doing an exam. And I was like, oh, I'll collect you afterwards. But I was just in town anyway. And I had time to kill. So I think I dropped her off and I was leaving the college where she was. And there were these guys in like suits and ties. And they're always like, hello, can I talk to you about God or whatever? And I knew that it was like a religious thing. Like it's so obvious. But I was also like, yeah, sure. I have time to kill. They were like, cool. And there were two of them, and they were like, there's a cafe across the road, and they were like, will we sit down? I was like, sure. And they were like, can we buy you a drink? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, it's very like nice and whatever. But like straight away, immediately, like before we even sat down, I was like, you will not convince me that any of what you're about to say is real. And I will not believe you. I was basically like, you will not convert me. Like I will fully listen to what you have to say, but I just straight up said, like, look, if you're saying this to me because you have the motive that you want to convert me and you think that this will, I was like, it will not. And then I think it was literally, we were in that cafe for like an hour, and they went through all of the different like things about the downside now is that I'm very sure it's Mormonism, or just being a Mormon, or whatever the term is. And I remember it got to a point, and I was like, what happens if you die? Or like, what happens after you die? Or like, what happens if you were bad? Because, you know, with the concept of Christianity, it's like, oh, if you're good and faithful, you go to heaven, and if you're bad and sinful, you go to hell. So I was like, what's the counterpart? And they were like, oh, well, there's like 3 planets. And if you're like devout Mormon, you go to like the best one. And if you're good, you go to this one. And if you're bad, you go to this one. And I was like, oh, well, is the bad planet bad? And they were like, not really. And I was like, oh, well, fuck. And then it was a thing where I was like, would I have gone to these planets if I didn't know they existed? And they were like, no. And then I was like, why'd you fucking tell me about them? And I was It's like it's really fun day, and they were both really nice. But I was just straight up like, I'm not gonna. This isn't gonna work, you know. But they still were like, yeah, we'll fucking talk about it anyway. So this thing, it's like I feel like it's when people are like, oh, don't even fucking talk to me about it. It's like, oh, but it's like I was willing to learn. Like I wouldn't have known that otherwise, and I was like, that's a super fucking cool like belief system. But it's just not. I'm like, not doesn't tick my boxes. It's always nice to be educated. Exactly. Resident Detective found the Pokemon version of the Opium Bird. It'd be funny if I didn't get that fucking comment every time I do something. I know you want an Opium Bird or Aromatisse. They just make their own belief system. Like if you want the crazy one, it's look into I don't know the actual title, but the Jehovah's Witnesses or the something Church of Latter-day Saints. I don't know the specific term. That whole thing is. If you watch just watch any video about like an ex-member of it. Chris Stockman has a really good video about it. Which he just uploaded out of nowhere a few years ago, and he was like, because he's just like a movie reviewer, and he was like, yeah, I used to be a Jehovah's Witness, and he goes into like the whole like his upbringing and everything, and I was like, that's insane. Yeah, we're gonna stop talking about religion because I could be here all day, and I have stuff to do. So, that's been me. And for anybody who showed up after the fact, we're gonna get an owl food critic, a bobblehead mantis shrimp, a literal joy germ that spreads happiness, some sort of weather balloon. I don't know if it's a regional drift blim or if it's its own thing that creates storm clouds. And is this all one layer? Oh, fuck. Did somebody ring the dingster? He doesn't say does, he just says somebody ring the dingster. I feel like I need to get this on a soundboard.
Somebody ring the dingster!
By the way, I just went on to Dingster Daily, clicked on one video. This one was Dingster number 258. Somebody ring the Dingster. 39 minutes ago he just uploaded. And it's currently on Dingster 2864. I know he probably has, or they, I actually don't know. They probably have all this like scheduled. They just sat down once and they were like, let's upload like 3,000 videos and just schedule them over the course of like how many years that is. He deserves his own layer. Yeah, he is on his own layer. Let me stretch him. Let me turn him into a shape. There's somebody ring the dingster. Oh no. Okay, no, I like the long one. Woody's round up. Come on, it's time to play. Somebody ring the dingster. Oh, is Dingster gonna have to replace J. Jonah Jameson? Or are they both gonna exist in harmony? Dingster is here because I'm creating a converging cloister. In case we were wondering how this happened. 70,000, yeah. I am a top fan of or I was at least back when I used it. But the same photo of Jim Carrey every day, Facebook page. I was a top fan of that. Every day, just same picture of Jim Carrey. People love the fucking meme of it. It is a thing. What if I give the cloister a cowboy hat as a? Did somebody ring the dings for them? My life's a huge period. Okay. I am leaving now. let me grab something for the end screen. Okay, the Dingster. Tools. Color transparent. There we go. And of course, the file is called png.png without me even touching it. Okay. Somebody called the Stinkster? Okay. With all that said, oh, sorry, my OBS just took up the whole fucking screen. This is the hardest stream to end of my life. Stream ending soon. Where's my end stream? Oh yeah, okay. That's how things work. Thank you everybody for coming along. You've been a lot of help, genuinely. Including that owl fact that I didn't know I needed, but it's kind of literal perfection. I'll probably stream. I'll try and stream multiple times a week going forward. Just trying to. I don't know if I have like a schedule yet. Again, my internet is kind of dodge, so it's like. But I'll try and do like the same. I'll try and do like the same time of day, if that makes sense. So if we're ending like at 10 p.m. GMT, we're in GMT at home now. I'm ending at 10 p.m. GMT. I should start like 2 hours earlier, 2 or 3 hours earlier. Yeah. Anyway, I've been Deebs and all the Beebs.
Somebody ring the Dingster!